Others said that the world was full of magic, and that the source of that magic was the fires in the sky. The lights changed everything. The three brothers talked about the ceremony and the totems. Totems were received when they became adults. Kenai thought about what kind of totem they would give him, tying a basket with fish so that no bear could get it. The ceremony began. The shaman talked about the fact that some people are driven by courage, some by patience and beauty. The shaman called Kenai to her to tell him about his totem, because there, on the mountain, the light spoke to her and gave her his totem. His totem was the bear love. Kenai was disappointed. The others started to laugh. Kenai wanted to change, but the shaman said that it is impossible to change, and love is the most valuable thing that ever existed. Denahi, whose totem is wisdom, taunted Kenai by giving him flowers and saying that Kenai would now love everyone. Sitka, who had an eagle as his totem, joked that Denahi had a wisdom totem, but he had not yet become wiser. Sitka advised Kenai to listen to his totem. Kenai mused that the bears didn't love anyone and were generally stupid. Sitka noticed that the basket with fish had disappeared, and there were traces of a bear under them. Kenai found the basket, but it was completely destroyed. Enraged, Kenai threw several stones at the bear, but the bear lunged at them. Denahi and Sitka found Kenai and all three began to fight against the bear. Denahi almost fell into a glacier gorge. Kenai ran to his rescue and pulled him out, while Sitka fought the bear alone. Sitka, realizing that they could not win, drove a spear into the ice below him and the ice collapsed. Sitka fell with the bear and died. Denahi and Kenai immediately went down, and the only thing they found was part of Sitka's clothes. Sitka died as a warrior. The farewell ceremony to the lights began. Kenai was filled with a thirst for revenge. Kenai came to Denahi, saying that they should take revenge and kill the bear. Denahi, having a totem of wisdom, thought it would do no good. Kenai tore off the bear totem and threw it away. The shaman got the totem. Denahi took Kenai's totem, saying that he would be able to stop his brother. Kenai began to hunt the bear. Eventually he found him and began to fight. Kenai was in a losing position, but at some point he took the spear and killed the bear. The bear shouted. Kenai, not feeling the desired relief, fell to his knees. The sky darkened and blue lights appeared. It was spirits. Water appeared from the sky and filled that rock. Kenai touched her and the spirit's lights showed him the past. Sitka's spirit appeared next to him and lifted him up, and in the next seconds Kenai turned into a bear. Denahi climbed up and the only thing he saw was Kenai's spear and his clothes. Denahi wounded Kenai's totem on the spear. Kenai woke up. A shaman spoke to him. And then she said that she did not understand the bear. Kenai looked at his reflection in the water and noticed that he had turned into a bear. He screamed. The shaman tried to calm him down and then explained that Sitka had done it all. And if Kenai doesn't change, he won't be able to return to human form. The shaman gave a hint that he should go to the place where the light touched the ground. Kenai also noticed that he understood other animals as well. Everyone was afraid of him because he was a bear, but there were two moose nearby, which Kenai approached. They tried to hide, but they did not succeed. The moose introduced themselves. They were the two brothers Rad and Tuck. Kenai began to question them about where the light touched the ground, but apparently no one knew. The moose started laughing when Kenai said he was actually human. Kenai fell into an animal trap, but at some point he heard a voice. It was the bear cub that started telling Kenai that Kenai should be ashamed for not seeing this trap. The cub tried to help him, but Kenai was too proud to accept anyone's help. The baby laughed and just sat down next to him to eat berries. A day passed, and Kenai still didn't get out. The cub offered to release Kenai, but he must go fishing with him instead. Kenai shaved and the cub released him, but at the same second the bear shouted for him to run away because he smelled a human scent. Kenai saw Denahi. Denahi wanted to attack Kenai because he was a bear, but he managed to hide inside the glacier, where the bear was also. Kenai lied to him about going fishing with him. The little boy was sad, and then he admitted that he had lost his mother. Kenai refused, because he has his own problems, but then the bear says that there is a place where there are a lot of bears and fish, and there on the mountain the light touched the ground. The bear offered to take Kenai there, saying that he would save him from any bear trap. Kenai said he wouldn't get trapped again, but in the same second, Kenai got trapped. The bear freed him, and Kenai then agreed to let him take him there. The bear also said that his name was Koda. They decided to leave tomorrow. Denahi, in turn, was still looking for bears near the place where Tuck and Rad were. Seeing Denahi, Tuck and Rad ran away. He made his way to that glacier, but Koda and Kenai were no longer there. They walked to a place where there were many fish and bears and the light touched the ground. Koda was constantly chattering, which annoyed Kenai. When Kenai told him not to talk, Koda replied that he would start singing. And he really began to sing. Koda was having fun while they were walking, eating various berries, running in the fields, enjoying the wind. Over time, Kenai also began to enjoy Koda's company. Tuck and Rad bump into Koda and Kenai and start talking about the hunter. Kenai, realizing that they would not let go of the hunter, proposed an idea. They climbed on the mammoths and walked some way on them. Koda was talking all the time, and it was no longer surprising to Kenai that Koda couldn't shut up. While riding the mammoths, they noticed the northern lights. Koda told about the fact that his grandparents were there because Koda's mother said that spirits transformed everything in the world. For example, leaves changed color, tadpoles into frogs, winter into spring. Kenai already knew all this, and then replied that it would be better if the spirits left everything as it was. Kenai admitted that his sconce was up there in the lights. If it wasn't for his brother, he wouldn't be here now. Koda asked what happened to him, and Kenai said that he was killed by a monster. Koda was also asked his brother's name, and Kenai called him as well. Koda turned to the sky, thanking Sitka, because if it weren't for Sitka, Koda would not have met Kenai. Koda always dreamed of a brother. Rad and Tuck played, trying to guess something. Kenai and Koda dismounted from the mammoths. Kenai got annoyed and didn't want to hear any more bear stories. Rad and Tuck couldn't get off the mammoths, so they just rode them. Kenai got angry and shouted at the boy to leave without him. But Kenai followed him anyway. They reached the rock and saw drawings of people. Kenai stopped in front of a picture of a man with a spear attacking a bear. Koda said that the monsters are really scary, especially their goons. Koda meant people. They reconciled and continued to move on. They saw a place where there were many geysers and they had to pass through them. Koda scared Kenai and Kenai tried to scare him back but failed. But after a few seconds, Koda got really scared because behind Kenai was Denahi who wanted to attack. Everyone ran in different directions. Kenai was already near the chasm crossing, but Koda got lost as he started looking for Kenai. Kenai returned, picked up Koda, and began walking across the chasm. Denahi tried to push the trunk of a felled tree that Koda and Kenai were walking on. Kenai threw Koda to the other side to eliminate the risk. When Denahi pushed the log, Kenai still managed to jump over. They were on different sides of the abyss. Denahi became enraged and jumped to the other side, his knife caught in a log. He tried to get up, but the log wouldn't hold even though Kenai tried to hold it. Denahi fell into the water but survived. They came to water where there were many fish and bears. This was exactly the place Koda had spoken of. The bears accepted Kenai as a family member because every bear that came there was not a stranger. Kenai was learning how to catch fish with his jaws and was just getting to know a new world for him. Kenai didn't succeed at first, but eventually he caught a fish. The bears began to tell the most interesting things that had happened to them this year. Whoever caught the fish's tail told the story. Caught by Kenai, he spoke of going on a most dangerous journey with one uneasiness around his neck, referring to Koda. Kenai then threw the fish tail at Koda, and Koda told about how he saw his mother fighting the most terrible monster. The bears wondered what had happened. Koda began to tell the story of his mother's struggle against the hunter who pinned her to the glacier. Then there was a whole pack of hunters. Kenai realized that his mother was the bear he killed on the mountain. Koda still believed that he had just lost his mother, but in reality, Kenai realized that he was responsible for Koda's misfortune. Kenai ran away from the place, but Koda still found him. Kenai began to tell his story of a man, a bear, and monsters. Kenai confessed to him. Koda ran away, shocked by what he heard, because he literally found out that his mother was killed. Kenai apologized to Koda before walking away. At that time, Denahi was sitting and warming himself by the fire when he saw an eagle. Denahi thought it was Sitka and flew after him. Tuck and Rad found Koda. Rad and Tuck started to quarrel, but then they reconciled and played together. Koda, noticing how the brothers reconciled, decided to follow Kenai. Suddenly, Denahi noticed Kenai and started to fight him. Denahi almost killed Kenai, but Koda appeared and knocked the spear out of Denahi's hands. Denahi wanted to kill Koda and had already sent his spear when Kenai got between Denahi's spear and Koda. The sky lit up and the spirit of the eagle appeared, that is, Sitka, who turned Kenai into a man. Before them appeared the spirit of Sitka, who returned the bear totem to Kenai. Kenai hugged Koda and realized something important. Kenai was needed by Cody. Denahi accepted Kenai's choice, and at the same time Sitka turned Kenai back into a bear. Also, the spirit of his mother appeared to Koda for a few seconds. Denahi became wiser and imparted wisdom to his people, and Kenai was able to leave his mark on the wall. Koda, Denahi and Kenai were now together. Only Denahi was a human and they were bears, but this did not hinder them, on the contrary, it brought them closer. At this point the cartoon ends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your comment under this video. See you soon.